So yeah, beautiful people, it's your mentor, Dumelo here. Welcome to today's market breakdown. It's not really a market breakdown, it's just something new, something interesting, something fine, something fantastic, right? Just gonna be showing you guys some of the things that you can use to advance your smart money concept trading life, right? We're going to be talking about market structure. Market structure. Right, we're going to be talking about what market structure. We're going to be talking about market structure. I'm not gonna be sharing my sessions, guys. I don't like sharing my sessions. It will be there on YouTube, right? You'll find my sessions on YouTube from now on. So yeah, beautiful people. Today we're going to be focusing on market structure, the advanced side of market structure, right? We're going to be focusing on what? The advanced side of market structure, right? So on the advanced side of market structure, we're going to be talking about the types of structures, right? We're going to be talking about what? The types of structures, right? We're going to be talking about what? The types of structures. So we have three different types of structures, right? So the first one is called what? It's called the swing structure. It's called the swing. It's called the swing structure. And then the second one is called the minor structure. Minor structure. And then we have the last one, which we refer to as what? The last one which we refer to as what? The substructure. The substructure. So all these guys here, they are all different, right? They act different, and then we're just going to be doing a breakdown about them. But then before we go anywhere further, we just want to focus on this guy here. We want to talk about the two types of trend that we have, which is our uptrend, right? And also our downtrend. And then we also want to emphasize the fact that, okay, with both these trends here, we have both what? The trend properties and then the trend rules, right? We're going to emphasize that part. We have what? The trend properties and trend rules, right? The properties being the components that formulate this trend, and then the rules being the instructions this trend needs to obey, right? So now let's start with our uptrend. So the first thing that I want us to do is to start with our bullish structure. We're gonna start with our uptrend, right? An uptrend occurs when price is pushing to the upside, creating a series of highs and lows, right? Which is our properties. So that's what you have within the markets. So what we have now is that, okay, we are on an uptrend, right? We're gonna find ourselves on an uptrend like this. We're gonna find ourselves on an uptrend like this. Okay, so now what's the first thing that you want to know? We know that, okay, every time you're on an uptrend, what happens within the market is that, okay, we're gonna find ourselves on a trend with properties and rules. The properties being a series of highs and lows formulated by price, right? So this will be our properties. We firstly start by identifying our properties, right? So we start firstly by identifying our properties. So we're gonna talk about the structures, right? We're gonna talk about the structures. We're gonna talk about the structures. So here's the thing. So these points here that I've identified as my high highs and high lows. So those points here are normally considered as what? They're normally considered as our swing structures, right? So these guys here, they're normally considered as what? They're normally considered as our swing structures, which means these guys are normally found on the bigger time frames, your H4, H1, D1, MN, and on week time frame, right? They're normally considered as what? As swing structures, right? And then when you go to a chapter of substructures, so substructures are normally considered as correctional waves, right? So a correctional wave is basically when price goes against the overall direction of the market, right? The overall direction of price is a bullish structure, but then can you see what price does here? It gives us the selling structures. So which means these guys here are considered as what? They're considered as substructures. They're considered as substructures, right? So those guys there, they're considered as substructures. Or a retracement. Normally people call the zones here retracement. The retracement being when price does what? It goes against the overall direction of price. So now we want to focus on the minor structure. So the minor structure, what about it? A minor structure is the one that we normally refer to as what? The impulsive wave. So which means price will continue pushing on its overall direction, right? Price will continue to push on its overall direction. So overall direction being bullish. So the sub, it retraces the, what do you call this thing? The sub, it retraces to the downside, and then the minor, what does it do? It pushes price to its overall direction of the markets. But here's the interesting part about it, right? I'm going to be showing you guys how to go about manipulating price and seeing the pros and cons of this whole thing. Look, we know that here we have what? We have strong lows, right? We have strong lows, which means price should not take our lows out. We don't want to see price taking out our lows. We don't intend to see price do what? Take our lows out. We don't want to see price taking out our lows, right? We do not want to see price do what? Taking out our lows. Our lows are always strong, right? And then our highs, those are the zones that we want to see price being taken out, right? Our highs are weak, right? It's just going to be going a little bit deep. So let's say price took this high out here, right? So now, going back to the chapter of what? Of structures. We're going to focus on the structure. Look, price was on a bullish structure, right? We're going to talk about the power of change of character and shift of market structure, right? Price was on a bullish structure. When price is on this bullish structure, what happens? For price to stop pushing to a bullish structure and start pushing on a bearish structure, what does it need? It needs to change its character from what? From a bullish structure to a bearish structure. So what does price do? So now this is what you're going to find on smaller time frames, right? This is what you're going to find on smaller time frames. I'll talk about this thing on a smaller time frame. On a smaller time frame, you're going to find yourself with something like this on a smaller time frame. You're going to always find yourself with something like this. I hope this thing is just going to be making sense to some of you guys that invest your time and energy on understanding market structure. So let me just complete the sketch here so that we can continue with our session. We won't be perfect, guys. I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of a demo of what I want to. So let's change him to be blue. So the black one will be the overall direction of the market, which means like a bigger time frame vibe. And then the blue one will be what? A smaller time frame, right? There's the bigger one will be what? The swing structure. And then the smaller one will be what? Will be the substructure. I mean, not the substructure, but the smaller one, the smaller time frame. Listen. So on a bigger time frame, what you're going to be seeing is that, okay, price will be creating what? Price will be creating a swing high. But the question is, what creates a swing high, right? What creates a swing high? A swing high is created through what? A swing high is created through a change of character and SMS. A change of character plus our SMS, right? A swing high is created through what? A change of character and SMS, right? So which means when a swing high, for a swing high to exist, it needs what? A change of character and SMS, right? And then once a swing high is formulated, a substructure has to take control, right? A substructure has to take control. So watch this. So now when price is pushing to the upside, creating a series of highs and lows on an uptrend, for price to stop pushing on an uptrend, what does it have to do? It has to take the low out of what? Of this uptrend here, right? So the question that I always ask most mentors and most students is that what creates a high? What creates a high is a change of character and shift of market structure, right? On a bigger time frame, you'll just see a candlestick selling, but on a smaller time frame, you're going to be experiencing something like this. So when price creates this change of character here, it will create what? A higher high. Once this higher high is created, price will go down and create what? A bearish structure. A bearish structure meaning it's going against the overall direction of the market, which means it's what you call a substructure. For now, for a substructure to stop existing, guys, for a substructure to stop existing, right? What price needs to do is that, okay, price needs to do what? Break a high on what? It needs to break a high on a downtrend, because you guys can see that this is a bearish structure. For price to stop, what do you call this thing? For price to stop pushing on a bearish structure, it needs to simply take a high out, because the properties of a downtrend states that, okay, on a downtrend, what we want to do is that, okay, we want to take our lows out, but not our highs. But then when price creates a low, which means a high low, because we want to see what we genuinely want to see price creating what here. We want to see price creating a high low here. So what creates a high low, right? What creates a high low at this zone here is what? A change of character or shift of market structure. So once a change of character and shift of market structure is created and price starts to face to the upside, this from this high to this low here, this is called a minor structure, right? This is called a minor structure. You see, when you pay for mentorship that are like 500 rand, this will confuse you. Don't go for those things, guys. Now you're confused. You don't even know what I'm doing. So this is your substructure, right? A substructure, its original format is to do what? To change its overall direction of price from bullish to bearish, right? And then for a substructure to come to an end. So then the role of substructure is to create a high low, right? Is to come and create this high low, right? Once this high low is formulated, what do you need? You need change of character and shift of market structure, right? Formulated by what? Formulated by the minor structure, right? The minor structure will create the change of character or shift of market structure that will push price to its overall intended direction of the market, right? Story short, a higher high will create the high low. A high low should not break the previous high low. Then the high low should go break the higher high, right? But the question is, what's creating that higher high and what's creating that higher low, right? Shift of market structure and change of character, right? Shift of market structure and change of character. Like I said, it doesn't even matter whether you're using a golden zone, you're using your order block, or you're using anything as a form of entry point. As long as you know how to identify your shift of market structure and your change of character, you will definitely know how to do what? You'll definitely know how to enter the market at any time and at any zone, right? So now, once price pushes to the upside and breaks this high here, the minor structure comes to an end. Now, there are people that have this thing of, no, Dumela JPY, we don't have the time to wait for price to come back to our order block or to our golden zone. We want to take our selling opportunities here, right? So since a higher high will be created, like I said, a higher high, which is a swing point, will be created by what? A change of character and shift of market structure, which means price should simply do what? Take this low out here. As you see here, price took this low out. Once price takes this low out, price has to do what? Start giving us those bearish movement to the downside. Why? Because of one good reason. On an uptrend, we break what? We break highs. We break highs, not our lows. When price takes a low out, looking forward to seeing price face into the downside, right? That's the first thing that you want to do. So price will face to the downside. If you want, you take your entry point using change of character, and then you go down with price to the downside. So normally people call this thing models. So it's a sell, what? A buy model, right? It's what you call a sell or buy model. So which means you'll be taking selling opportunities to bring price to your golden zone, probably from your low to your high, yeah, to your golden zone, and then taking your buys from there, right? So now, how do you take your buying opportunities? How do you see that your buying opportunities at the golden zones are valid? Since well, you know that you are going to be on a substructure, you're going to look for what? A minor structure. How do we activate the minor structure? By simply creating a change of character or shift of market structure. How do we activate a shift of market structure and change of character on a bearish trend? Price is selling, which means we break lows and not our highs. At the minute you see price taking out a high, note that price will be changing its character from a substructure to a minor structure. All of these guys, they're all activated through what? These two guys here. The power of shift of market structure and change of character, right? So now price creates this change of character at the zone and then you start buying. That is why most of you guys, when you take your confirmation entry point, you use what? Change of character and shift of market structure. You don't even know why, but this is the reason why. Because of a low has to be created. A low is created through what? A charge and an SMS. So once this low is created, price will go and break this high. Once this high has been taken out, what do you want? A high high will be created. A high high for itself to become a strong high high. What does it need? Change of character and shift of market structure. Price takes that low out, price starts shooting to the downside, comes to the order block, start looking for buying opportunities using what? Change of character and shift of market structure. The problem is people look forward to taking entry points within the markets, right? Without even understanding why. When you take an entry point at this level here, looking forward to shooting up with price to the upside, you want to catch the low of what? Of that trend. You want to take what? You want to catch the buy so that you can go and break that high at the top. right? We're gonna catch what? The low of this candlestick here, of this trend here, and push it price to the upside. That is why we say that our lows are what? Are strong, our highs are weak, because of they should always be eliminated. Eliminated. Right? That's what we want within the market. We always want to take our highs out and not our lows out. That's the thing that is pushing us to do it. Impulse with price, to play around with price, to manipulate price, and everything, right? So let's continue. We want to continue, right? We want to continue within the markets, right? Mind you, this thing here is normally found on M15, and then the overall thing here, like I said, it's a daily time frame. So normally when you see your daily time frame stuff being formulated, just know that it's from a smaller time frame, right? So yeah, let's continue now. We're gonna look at this thing here, but on a bearish structure, right? On a bearish structure movement. What are the things about a downtrend? What do we say about a downtrend? On a downtrend, what we want to do is that, okay, we want to break our lows, not our highs, right? So an example of a downtrend would be something like this. I'm not gonna do like the big one, just gonna do something like this. Then bring him somewhere here, turn him to black. And then what are the properties of a downtrend, which will be our highs, our lower highs, and then we're gonna have him as our lower lows, then we're gonna have him as our lower lows, right? We're gonna have him as our lower lows. What exactly happens now? We know that, okay, price will always do what? Take our lows out on a downtrend, and then take our lows out, and then our highs will forever be what? Our highs will forever be strong. Our highs will forever be strong. Our highs will forever be strong. So now we have a structure like this to yourself, right? Now you want to look at the structure on a smaller time frame, right? And look at the structure on your smaller time frame. So let me just identify. So now double click on this guy, make him what? Red. Let's make him red. I don't know why, because of I'm not a fan of Man United, even. So okay. So this is what you have within the markets, right? What is the first thing? Like I said, your lower highs and lower lows are default swing structures, right? Which means these zones here are what do you call swing structures on way bigger time frames, right? This will be your swing structures. These zones are going to be considered as what? As your swing structures, your swing structure, and your swing structure. But now, what do you want? You want to know your substructures, right? Your substructures will be the one that goes against the overall direction of the market, right? As you guys can see, the overall direction of price is a bear, but now we have the bullish movements here, the bullish movements within these guys here. Those are what we call what? The substructures, right? This will be your substructure, and this will be your substructure. This will be our substructures. This will definitely be our substructures, right? But now, what is our minor structure? Our minor structure is activated through a change of character and shift of market structure, right? Why are they activated in that way? Because we want to see price moving in the overall direction of the market, right? So the overall direction of the market is what is a bearish structure. So which means we need to move from a substructure to a minor structure by simply changing our structure, right? We need to move from a bullish structure to a bearish structure by changing our structure at what? At our swing points, like I said, what creates our lower lows, lower highs, higher lows, change of character and shift of market structure. That is why when you enter at your order blocks, right? That is why when you take your entry points where at your order blocks, what do you look for? You look for your confirmation entry point. You're not looking for a confirmation entry point to say order blocks and golden zones are points of interest, which means those are the zones that you want to see price turn from, right? But they do not mean that they are the points that price will turn on. They are just points of interest. That is why sometimes you see price doing what? Breaking what? You see price taking out your swing structure out. Let's say it takes that high out, right? And it doesn't close above. So you see that if you took an entry point based on order block, you are going to be kicked out. But if you wait for a change of character that shows that price is moving to a minor, right? This change of character here and here, that shows that price is moving to a minor structure that will go and break this low. What did I say about a downtrend? A lower low will create a lower high. This lower high should not break this previous lower high, and then this lower low should come and break this lower low. Simple information. I don't know if you guys know it, but the wise man once said, it is what it is, right? So now, on a smaller time frame, you're going to find the market like this. Price goes to your order block, it confirms, you take your selling opportunity to the downside. So the minor structure, like I said, it will end at the low, right? And then how does a low becomes created? What formulates a low? Price will create something like this. For a low to be valid, price has to do what? Price has to stop pushing from a bearish structure and start pushing on a bullish structure. How will that happen? By simply taking out a high, right? Because on a downtrend, we take lows out, not our highs. But when price takes a high out, this means that, okay, now we are activating a substructure. So a swing structure will be created. We're activating what? A substructure, which means a correctional phase of the market, which means now we are going to definitely start looking forward to pushing to the upside with the market. Now, for this bullish trend to stop, what do we need? A change of character, which will activate what? A minor structure, so which means a lower high will be created. We take a sell at that lower high, you go down. Like I said, these guys are important, but they're not really important. The only thing that you need is the form of confirmation that you're going to find within the markets. That's the key thing that you need within the markets, right? That's the key thing that you want to find within the market. Guys, let me just hear your comments. Does what I said make sense to you guys? Just type yes or no, or whatever, 5 emojis. Yeah, because you don't go out and find this thing for free. So is it making sense? Yeah, totally making sense. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. So let me just give you guys a bit of example, right? Just one example before we end this session, because I'm not that type of person who's going to give you guys everything for free. So let's go check the same pair that I was checking with my VIP clients at CapJPY. Just going to come to CapJPY and check this specific example. Where is it? Okay, I think it's found somewhere here. So let's cut price. Hopefully it's going to allow us to go to a smaller time frame. Let's cut price here, right? So we want to first start by doing what? Identifying what? Our swing points, right? That's the first thing we want to do. We're going to start by identifying our swing points, right? So this will be our low, this will be our high, and then this will be our low, this will be our high, and then this will be our low, right? Let me just copy this and remove it. So what do you see? These are swing points. Oh, this is not that. So we're gonna have him as our break, right? And then we're gonna have him as what? We're gonna have him as our strong high, because it's a bearish structure. And then we're gonna have him as our strong high, and then we're gonna have him as our break. Right. Then what you're gonna see within the markets now is that it's the default thing. It's an order block here, right? It's an order block there, and then price pushes to the downside, and then we have what? A break at this low here, right? a break at this low, but it's not a normal break, so which means we're gonna use our breakup block form of entry points, BB, right? So which means we're gonna enter from there. Our take profit will definitely be where? At the zone here, right? Our take profit will be at that zone, right? Just wanna cut the markets here. This is what everyone sees, right? This is what everyone will see. I'm gonna show you the hidden thing. A thing that everybody don't pay attention to. Breaking without a wick. I don't know what you're saying, but it is what it is. So if you move to this 4 hour, right? Let's go to 30 minutes. Let's check if price will allow us to come to 30 minutes. So this 30 minutes, right? I just want to start from this zone here. Just want to start from this zone here, right? So see what happened within the markets. Just want you guys to see this. See what happened within the markets, right? Price, it's from what? Price is from creating this high. So price has to come create a low, right? We took this low out, but we have to come create a lower low. How do we create a lower low? Price came down selling. When price came down selling, what do we see? Price took this low out, right? And it made this high here, strong high. Price took this low out here. It made this high here, strong high. And then price remained with this low. But then price went up to create what? Price went up to create that, to take out that high out. Once price takes this high out, this means that this low is a valid low, which means you're going to start pushing on an uptrend. So when you push on this uptrend here, let me check on 15 minutes if I can activate it. Yeah, this will be much better on 15 minutes. This will be massively better on 15 minutes, right? Price came down selling. Price came down selling, which means now we are breaking our lows. We are on a bearish structure, right? And then our highs are what? Our highs are the ones that are strong. And then we have him as a strong high also. And then you have him as what? As a break on a low, right? So which means now price created this low here to become what? Our strong low, right? I mean our weak low. Price created this low here to be what? Our weak low. Before we even do this, let me just remove this, right? And then this is our weak low. Mind you, we are on a bearish structure. What do we want on a bearish structure? We should always take our lows out, not our highs. But then what will create our low is what? Price taking this high out. Once price take this high out, which means we have what? We have a change of character. This means that this becomes what? A strong low for an uptrend. So which means now we should start pushing on an uptrend. How do we see that? We're going to have what? We're going to have breaks on an uptrend. We're going to have breaks on our uptrend, right? We're going to have our breaks on our uptrend. As you guys can see, the properties of this uptrend has to be respected till the price hits that order block there. We have this break on this uptrend. We have another break on this uptrend. So this is a substructure. Price is going against the overall direction of the market, right? Break this high. This low becomes a strong low, right? Break this high here. Mind you, like this is just basic stuff. We break this high here, right? And then we break this high here, right? And then we have this low here as our strong low, right? So now price taps into our order block, right? Or our breaker block. Once price taps into this zone here, right? What will make this high here become a strong high, become like a strong high? Price has to simply come take this low out here to give us a change of character. Once we have that change of character, price has to push what? Bearishly so. So which means here, what do we have? We have a minor structure. We have a minor structure, right? This will be our minor structure, and this will be what? Our substructure, right? This will be what? Our substructure. Let me just say, this will be our substructure. And then this zone here, you see this high here, this is our swing. This is our high, our lower high. This is our swing structure. So now on this minor structure, price has to respect the bearish movement till it hits our take profit. Look, so we are on a bearish structure, right? We're gonna take our lows out. We have a break on that low. We have another break on this low here, right? Mind you, our high should always be strong. High, strong, high, strong, high is strong, high is strong, our high is still strong. And then we have this guy here, right? We have this guy here, and then we're gonna have him as a break also. And then we're gonna have him what? As our strong high. So if you check, let's continue with price. Okay, price creates what? Okay, price does what? It takes this low out. Price, it takes this low out, give us a break, and it goes up to take this high out here, giving us a change of character, right? Which is fine. But unfortunately, price fails to do what? To give us that impulse, because we are still trading in between what? The substructure. We are still on this high and this low, right? We're still in between those zones, which means we have a break now. We have a break at this zone here. And then this becomes what? Our strong high. So now our take profit has been hit, right? This low here has been taken out, which means we're going to have this low here as a break, which means the minor came to an end. When a minor comes to an end, beautiful people, what we want is a low. We want to see a low being created that will push price to what? To its zone, which is either golden zone or order block, and then come back to the downside. How do we do that? So now, let me show you. Wait for price. Price does what? Still trading in between what? This high and this low. We're trading in between this high and this low, right? You're trading in between this high and this low here, right? And then price does what? Price has not yet taken the low out. We're still trading in between that high and that low. Okay, wait, let's check. Let me check actually, because I think there's a break. Yeah, it's a definite break. Because can you see? Yeah, we have this break of this candlestick here. Price took this low out, and this low here was supposed to become what? This low here was supposed to become a strong low. This low here is supposed to become a strong low. I mean a weak low, but price ended up doing what? Taking this high out here, which means we have what? A broken loose above, which means we have what? We have a change of character, and then we're gonna have him as what? As our strong low, right? We have something like this now. So let's wait for price. Price shoots to the upside, and then you see what happens afterward. By just price creating this thing, which means this becomes what? This becomes our lower low, right? Once this becomes our lower low, what does this mean? This means that, okay, this is our swing structure, right? This is our swing structure. So once price takes this high out here, right, this becomes what? A substructure. This becomes a substructure, right? This is a substructure. What do you want? You want to take your entry point probably on your H4. Let's just go to H4 now. On H4, you want to use probably him as your entry point. So you're going to have him as your OB or whatever. I'm going to show you that it's not even about the order block or whatever. So let's go back to our 15-minute time frame. So on this substructure that we are introduced to, right? Like I said, this is our swing structure here, right? Okay. So on this structure here, what do we see? We see that, okay, price is on a bullish structure. What do you see? Price keeps on taking our highs out, right? Price kept on taking our highs out here also. Price kept on taking our highs out. Price kept on taking our highs out, and price kept on making our lows to be what? Price kept on making our lows strong. Price kept on making our lows strong, right? And then let's keep on pushing with price. Price had to keep on doing this for the longest time, right? And I think, let's just wait before I confuse everything. Yeah. So now what does price do? Price goes up to do what? To take this low out, giving us a charge, right? Price gives us this change of character, but unfortunately, what does it do? It goes up to take this high out here, right? Because now the thing about change of character, for itself to be valid, it needs to do what? Price needs to take the low out, and then even if it doesn't respect the order block, it has to come and take the low out also, right? It takes this high and then comes take this low, which means you have a charge. And then maybe let's say it respects the order block, then it has to come down and take this low, right? But unfortunately here, what does it do? It does not, it creates this high, this low, that high, and then it doesn't respect the order block. So which means we continue pushing on our bullish structure. We continue pushing on our, but even if you took a loss, this is like, I'm sure it's less than 10 pips stop loss. Let's check. Let's check the amount of risk you're taking. Yeah, it's a 4 pip stop loss, so you can't be crying about that. So which means this will become what? This will become our strong low, right? This will become our strong low, which means this will become what? Our change of character again. So Now, you're still waiting for price to come to this zone, right? Your so-called order block. Price does what? Comes back down, and then doesn't take the low out, but it does what? It goes up to take the high out. So which means what do we have? We have a break on this high. Not yet. This is not a break yet. Should break and close above. I think this candlestick here closed above. Yeah, which means you have a break at this high, and then this becomes what? This becomes a strong low. This becomes a strong low, right? And then what price does is that, okay, it plays around at the zone here. And then what does it do? It ends up taking this low out. It ends up doing what? Taking this low out here, which means we have what? We have a break at this, not a break, a chart actually. We have a chart because it's a break and an order block here. Price did not respect your order block, just took the low out, which means this is your first strong high, right? Okay. Price does what? It passes to the upside. And then what does it do? It takes this high out, which means it gives us what? A chart again. It gives you a chart again, right? A valid break is a break and candlestick close. So what happens now is that okay, we're trending in between that low and that high. And then from there, just want you guys to see what's going to happen. For those that are using like work-off schematic, you know where to find your entry point. But this low here is the low that we're trending in between. At the moment, it's our weak low. And then this is our what? This is our strong high. Right? And then let's wait for price. Consolidation a lot. And then unfortunately we'll have to wait. And then that's when we have what? We have price taking out this low here. Once price takes this low out, this means that we are on a break, right? So see, this is what? This is our swing structure now. This is our swing. This is our lower high, right? And then when price takes this guy out, this means this is our what? This is our minor. This is our minor structure, right? Once we have him as our minor structure, where is our take profit? The lower low. That's where our take profit is. We're gonna take this low out, which means price must keep on doing something that is quite simple, right? Price must keep on doing this till it hits our take profit. This till it hits our take profit, which means you can keep on taking sells, scaling down with price to the upside, to the downside. I mean, right? See what's gonna happen afterwards. Price is gonna keep on doing one thing over and over and over and over till it hits our take profit, right? And you see, there was that break on our low. You have this break on our low, our 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 break on our low. And then what are these guys? Our strong highs. So guys, price has to keep on respecting the properties and the rules of a trend till it hits its main take profit, right? It has to do that till it hits its main take profit, right? So now price is its own take profit. What will make price go up? It's a change of character. It's simple. Let's check actually before you guys say now you are lying, right? Because there's things to say happen. So let's see. So we are done with the minor. We're gonna go toward the sub now. Let's just wait patiently for price to do one thing. We don't want to rush it. I think it's gonna like shoot up like shoot. Okay, just here. So let's just cut price before it does this. So now we are trending in between what? In between this low, right? And this high. We're trending in between these two guys here, right? And this low here. Because no low was created after price broke this low here, right? So which means we're trending in between these two guys here. We don't want to see this high being taken out, and we want to take this low out. When this high gets taken out, we are looking for a change of character, which means price will have to buy till it comes to what? To the order block, which means this will be what? The swing structure. And then once price takes this guy out, this will be the substructure, right? So let's wait now. Price does what? It impulses to take the high out. So which means this now becomes what? A strong low. This becomes what? Our charge. Technically, this becomes our charge. And then this means that, okay, this is our what? This is our lower low. And then this definitely means that this is our swing structure. Like I said, this is our lower low. And then this is what? A sub. Like I said, a sub will always go against the overall direction. The overall direction is a buy, is a sell, but it's buying. Right? It's a substructure. So like I said, what you want is to take your entry points using your golden zone or order block. It's not even about that. So now what you want to see is price is impulses to the upside, and then we have that drop. Why do we have this drop? Because of price took this low out here, right? Price took this low out. If you go to your 5 minutes time frame, what do we have? We have a break on this high, and then you have what? A change of character at this zone. So which means from your high to your low, what do we have? We have a short position from here. Yeah, just make sure that you tap properly. And then your take profit will be where? At this zone here. Your take profit will be at that zone. This is a 42-hour trade. So which means when this happens, what is this? This is a substructure. It is a mine actually. A miner only gets itself to be activated when what happens? When we take the low out, right? Which means when this low is taken out, that's a miner. Which means this guy here becomes what? Our lower high. Once he becomes our lower high, what does this mean? This means that, okay, it's also seen as what? As our swing structure. So from there, price will keep on dropping for, I don't know when. Keep on dropping, keep on dropping, keep on dropping. So the miner came to an end. So when a miner comes to an end, what do you want? You want to see a break of structure. And then we have this guy here, the strong high. That's what goes out to take that high out. Which means you have a break, and then you have what? You have a charge. When you have a charge, I'm not going to repeat this. This is a swing structure. This is a lower low. Right? We're looking forward to having what? A substructure there. And the rest is history. Can't be talking a lot, guys. So, guys, this is the end of our session. Just have to show you guys this thing for today. Some of you guys is a bit pointless. Some of you guys is a bit important. Some of you guys is this. Some of you guys is that. Did you guys enjoy the session, though? Did you guys enjoy the session? Did you guys enjoy this session? Yeah, it's a bit advanced. I got a concept of 500 rand there. It's a bit advanced. So you guys definitely use smart. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, not 500. This is not for 500 rand, guys. Trust me, you're gonna pay 5,000 to learn this thing. And yeah, guys, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. The recorded mentorship is still available. It's 500 rand, yeah, for this concept. Because of I no longer trade SMC. So I'm just trying to kill this thing of paying 3,000 for SMC while I can teach you this thing for like 500 rand. So make sure that you get yourself the mentorship. The group is still open. And then the good thing about it is that you get the chance to get CMD monthly signals, right? You qualify for CMD monthly signals the minute you pay for the 500 rand mentorship. And then the seats are still open. It's running on, I don't know to when. You really can teach and passionately. So the thing about me when I encode, we don't talk. When we encode, right? We talk knowing what we say, because I've done this thing for the past months. I'm not gonna be here showing you guys anything. Yeah. And yeah, Sfiso, get a life, man. Get a life, Sfiso, get a life. The message are directly directed to me. So which means nobody can see shit. So yeah. Get a life, Sfiso. Get a life. I'm giving you something for free. You come on my session and say shit. I respect you with all my heart, and you are here doing your things. But it's fine. Sfiso, I accept your apology. Thank you guys for joining my session. Love you guys a lot. get yourself a copy of my mentorship. Let's go chop the markets. Wishing you guys nothing but a profitable week. Session done and dusted. The reviews, as you guys can see, people are happy with my reviews. Like I said, the session won't be shared on the free group. You'll find it on, you'll find it where? You'll find it on, what do you call this thing? On YouTube. Yeah, and shout out to, I think Trading Hub is here. Shout out to him. Shout out to my boy, Trading Hub. I don't know if he's still my boy or what, but let's go patella him. So yeah. Minor structure is impulsive movement, substructure is correctional movement of the market. Simple. Simple. What is CMD? Central middle field. That's what CMD means. Central middle field. I'm not gonna tell you guys what CMD is. Is it advanced? I like this. Yeah. Bye-bye, guys. Don't forget to get yourself the mentorship. Bye-bye. CMD central middle field is 500 Rand, $30 for the mentorship. 500 Rand, $30. Book your seat now and get yourself a copy of the mentorship. Bye-bye.